Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where last episode we were building blacksmiths, apparently, and then we were murdered. So that was nice. I mean, it's not exactly nice, but it was rude, that's for sure. So we're this kid, and we're gonna have some problems, most likely. What do we have going on here? This needs to recalculate. Let's let that calculate up. Okay, we're still gonna have a problem with it. But now that this is recalculated, because I just started up the game, we can see what the actual strength of it is. And we should really think about dealing with some of these problems. We've got a lot of aunts. We do have some sisters here. Okay, unfortunately, this guy doesn't have any children. He does have siblings, though. So what if we were to do something kind of like this? He would do that. That would cost us 300 prestige. We'll take that cost for right now. Okay. So that faction has not been fully dealt with. No doubt about that. I want to go through each of these and see. I doubt we can negotiate an alliance with any of them. But I want to do our due diligence here. That would be a good thing for sure. We're starting to get to the point where we don't really care about their power level. Okay. So this independence faction's a big one. No doubt about that. Did this not get us an alliance? Hang on. That would get us an alliance. Apparently this didn't get us an alliance. There we go. So we would break this betrothal. Yeah, it's going to be expensive, and we're going to be running out of prestige. That's a problem. But that's fine for now. That gets them out of that faction. So this guy's the current faction leader at 13.7%. The main problem here is we have a lot of not powerful vassals, right? That's the main issue at this moment. Who are you? Betrothed to Mirza, our player heir and uncle. He would come to our court. That's intriguing. Okay, we're almost certainly going to have to, because he's not close enough to get an alliance here, despite him being our player heir. We're almost certainly going to need to do something about this scenario. We might have to fight this faction. Let's see, we could potentially do something along the lines of our sister. Marrying him directly would be ideal. He doesn't have any secondary spouses, and he is a Shari, so that should be a theoretical possibility, but he's not showing up as an option here. I don't know why it sometimes does this, but it definitely does. So we might just focus on eliminating them as a faction. That might end up being what we do here. I want to double check our men-at-arms sizes here. Let's check in on our accolades. For the moment, those are all fine. I don't suppose we can put in successors here. Okay, that has one. That has one. We don't have a successor here. I guess we could seek a worthy accolade successor, but I don't want to spend prestige on that. Not when we could potentially do something out over here. With that same prestige, right? Because this is going to cost us prestige. So what do we have available here? Well, the answer is basically nothing. Okay. So we're going to have to move on and potentially look at this guy. We can't betroth to ourselves there. That's fine, I guess, but we also can't betroth to him. Awkwardness is ensuing here. No doubt about that. So there's very little that we can do about a lot of these. These are all king-level titles, right? This is what happens when your empire gets this big. This is how it works. So that's fine. I think we're just going to have to fight this rebellion, to be honest. It was slightly problematic that we died when we did. And we're the unpreferred heir of a lot of these guys. Yeah, that's, I guess, to be expected. Cast iron has been constructed in Mecca. So overall, I think that this independence faction is just going to happen. I don't think there's any real way to prevent it. I mean, there's this guy who's an emir. We could hand him off. Can we move any of these de jure? Answer is no. Okay, so we could just hand these guys off something like this, or just this guy. So that'll boost up the king's opinion of us, and that will also get him out of that faction. So are there any other non-king levels in this faction? The answer is no, so we can't do that to any of these others. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to fight the faction. Which is fine. We know that this guy is going to be the faction leader. And we know that his capital's right over here. We shouldn't have any major issue with this. So I think that we do this. We do have buildings finishing construction, and I would definitely like to be continuing to work on these. I'm going to work on our own constructions for the moment. We'll build a blacksmith, and we'll build a date grove. Cool. That'll be fine for now. And we'll keep an eye on this. Handling this needs to be our top priority at this moment. Okay. He can send his ultimatum in 2 months. We're going to start gathering now. He can send his ultimatum in 1 month. So we'll raise our men-at-arms. We'll raise our levy troops. Apparently it's going to take 3 months for our men-at-arms to get here. No, that's not true. Okay, that's fine. So we're just going to raise everything that we can right now. Fear not. I'll retrieve your toy boat. Hey, we're brave. Fantastic. So they can send their ultimatum at any time. And our worthiest of the Ferris is now losing rank. That's fine. So this is going to fire, and it's going to be a big faction. No doubt about that. Horse marshals have been constructed. He hasn't sent his ultimatum yet. There it is. I'll not be threatened. Good timing, bud. We've got 1 day on our men-at-arms. So with our men-at-arms here, we're just going to do this. There we go. Beautiful. And how many forces do they have overall? 300,000? Sure. It seems kind of okay, to be honest. So we've got the siege on his capital happening right now. We need to come and attack this force down here. So for the time being, I'm going to stop gathering here. We're going to group all of these forces together, and we're going to split off bombards and levy forces, about 20,000 worth. And we're going to send these guys, actually, we're going to send them up over here to intercept this merc force. I want to get at least some ooh, game froze there for a moment. I do want to get at least some battle war score going here. There we go. That's a stack wipe. I'd love to come down and catch this force, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're far better off to let this siege end. Oh, we captured him. Well, that makes things easy. War's over. So all of those guys are in prison now. Well, that worked. Okay. We do have another dangerous faction here, and this is a Liberty faction. This is a much less dangerous faction. In fact, this is a way less dangerous faction. What can we do about this situation? No valid characters found. Okay. So we would see potentially about... We could just fight this faction as well. But we could also do this. This would drop it by 22.6%. Threshold is 55. It would still be above threshold. I think we don't bother. I think we just fight that faction. Because the other faction was so easily defeated, that makes it so much easier to deal with this additional faction. Right? Because we can just keep them imprisoned. We're not going to accept ransoms for anyone who is our vassal at this time. They rebelled against us. They can stay in prison. So we decline vassals. Some of these are going to escape. That's fine. It's going to be a trickle over time. And they're not going to be able to rebel against us for quite a long time. So that's fine. This one actually went away. That's good to know. And yeah, this is going to be pretty much all ransoming for various kings. And we're not going to accept that. That is not acceptable at all. I have no need for your help. Okay, so we're going to upgrade our quarries here. Cool. And we just need to continue to work on these upgrades right now. Because of that succession, we don't want to start an external war for some amount of time. We're going to have these ransom demands piling in for a while, but we need to get consolidated here, and we'll just let them rot in prison for the time being. I'm completely content to just let them sit there. They'll all be... We're just going to ignore all of this going on. They'll be fine. So that's great. We will continue to upgrade where we can. We're only making 435 gold per month right now. We are 12 years old. We did just discover sappers, and we should probably take a look... Oh, we're not the culture head right now because we're not of age. Right. So discovering sappers is fine. We're on promissory notes, and we'll see what this guy focuses. It's probably not going to be ideal. Noblesse oblige. It's fine, I guess. I would have much preferred standing armies. We'll swap that over when we come of age, but that's 4 years out. So that's okay. We'll just get these upgrades going for now. We're in Regency. We have some vassal issues. We need to get some long reign years going, and I think we need to chill and upgrade at this moment. We need to not be showing any weakness with any potential expansion. Because if we're out here expanding and a crusade occurs and we can't get here in time and we lose that crusade, but we do end up losing a decent amount of troops while we're doing it, that creates internal turmoil, and there's a disillusion faction. We can't deal with the disillusion faction, and the whole realm breaks apart. That is what we want to avoid here. That is the goal. We did just inherit this title, and we'll grant that out. We don't need to hold that ourselves right now. What is our current education focus? We're on diplomacy. I'm actually going to swap over to stewardship, and we are going to send ourselves to university. So I want someone with decent stewardship, like our mother, and we're going to need 4,500 gold to send to university. Okay, we do want to do that. So we want to put this guy in as our steward. That'll do. We're going to save up the gold to go to university. We can ransom off some prisoners, and some of these are actually not vassals. So those are fine. Oh, this guy's already... Yeah, that's fine. Cool. No, it's too expensive. We're going to ransom Shakira here. Perfect. And this is acceptable. Cool. We just want to keep prisoners in court, or rather prisoners who can rebel against us. That's all we want. So we're just focusing really, really hard right now. We are laser focused on increasing our stability. And that's absolutely fine. We're at 11 out of 12 right now, so we could actually take back this castle, which I would be delighted to do. We'll revoke that title. And there we go. Perfect. We're not going to build any upgrades just yet. We need 4,500 gold to send ourselves to university, which we'll have very shortly here. What is this ransom? This ransom is acceptable. We could get the trait just or greedy. Actually, greedy is really good here. It is sinful, and people aren't going to be the happiest about it. But we're going to take greedy. Greedy is going to be very useful for us at this moment. So we'll educate ourselves as soon as we get this month tick, which will be any moment now. There we go. Cool. And now we're going to start putting... No, get out of here with that. No, get out of here. Now we're going to start putting our cash directly into our personal realm. This is acceptable. We'll take the 10 gold. Beautiful. We'll get a quarry going here. And we just want to be making more money right now. That's our primary goal. Money would be amazing. But of course, upgrading our men-at-arms is not bad either. And this does both, so we'll do that. We've got a dangerous faction brewing here. This is unsurprising. We could beat this guy senseless. There's a 0% chance that we die here. We beat him to death. Okay, well, we get a bunch of martial and prowess there. And this guy is slightly dead. He was a sultan. I'm sure that won't cause any problems. So there's this Liberty faction here. I'm not too concerned about them. Not at the moment. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. This is not that big of a deal for right now. I do want to get a hillside grazing land going. So that is underway nicely. Any other constructions that we can do? We can upgrade this militia camp. It doesn't actually boost our income, but I guess that's fine. This ransom is acceptable. But we do need to keep a bit of an eye on this. But we were planning on fighting this previously. So where is this guy? Oh, he's Egypt. Okay, perfect. So we're very close to that. It's not really that big of an issue. Okay, we could get a crush on this lady. That's fine, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. Losing 15 stress or gaining 17 stress? Whatever. She only wanted to be friends. Okay. That is a valuable lesson for us to learn. Cool. So that is absolutely fine. I do want to get additional income flowing in here. So I'm keeping an eye on what we can build that will generate additional cash. A lot of these cheaper structures don't do that. So we'll build a furnace over this way. Perfect. Yeah, we can see here we've got locations like this. The militia camps are a lot cheaper than any revenue-generating structures. But the revenue-generating structures are actually by far the most important right now. Checking in on this dangerous faction here. 14 months, and they're still not scary, so that looks good. I like it. No problem whatsoever here. We are going to need a blacksmith upgrade over here. So 698 gold on that. That is quite a bit of gold. No doubt about that one. We're currently 14. So that's looking solid. We're the new target of this de jure war. Seems ambitious. Okay, I guess we'll just send our men-at-arms in. I highly doubt that he has the troops to deal with that. No, he doesn't. So this will be fine. Oh, we got some renowned armor. Cool. Do we have anything equipped right now? Actually, we're lacking a trinket here. Looks like one of our coins was broken at some point. So we've got our prize ring equipped. I suppose we could go for... Yeah, we lost our coin at some point. I suppose we could go for piety and prestige here to offset our greedy. That's not terrible. We could just repair that for 38 gold. We should also probably repair our prize bow. We've been equipping that the entire game. We still have no crown, but that's okay. Let's check in on our court artifacts here real quick. So none of these are breaking that we have displayed. That's fine. There's a pariah of court, apparently, and we'll gain some piety. Cool. So that is all great. I'm assuming that war is virtually over at this point. We should come down over this way and build like a camelry that will increase our income. So that is absolutely wonderful. Mechanized water pumping in K-Bar. Sounds good. And of course, where was that war at? Up over here. Okay. Our regent is now more powerful. Okay. We might want to think about swinging the scales of power back. So we could leverage some piety here, potentially. 250 piety. Yes. We'll swing the scales of power back. And that'll be fine. Mathematician halls have been constructed. And we gain a level of fame. Perfect. So that's their capital under control. What are we going to end up getting for this? 500 gold? Okay. Not a lot is the answer. Well, we could definitely get an additional structure building in Al-Waj, and I want to get blacksmiths going there. Large horse ranches are constructing. That's all fine. We see their troops finally heading northward here. We're at 74% war score here, and they don't have a chance. Not even a single chance. We'll gain 150 prestige. I would like to work towards that exalted among men, so that'll be okay for now. Yes, go ahead and sell this shield. We'll take the 50 gold. this war is over. We'll enforce those demands and take that gold. We'll disband our armies. And let's check in on the status of our factions here. 7 months, and they are barely at the threshold. So that may or may not happen. That's fine. We would like for it to not happen, of course. We're going to upgrade our blacksmiths. Upgrading blacksmiths is generally just very good. It improves our station men-at-arms damage by a significant amount and our holding taxes by a significant amount. So it's just plain good, right? It's really, really, really good. So that's wonderful. We'll get this upgraded as soon as we can. There we go. But these are very expensive. Very, very expensive. We're currently 15. We're born on 21 March, so our birthday just happened. We're about a year away from coming of age. We haven't had any issues with, shall we say, sticky regions as of yet. But this one might be a bit of an issue. I would like to get a blacksmith upgrade going over here in Button Knuckle. Excellent. The worthiest of the fairest can be reinstated. Is that actually true? No. It is not actually true. We should probably restore accolades, but that's on cooldown apparently. We can't do that just yet. That must go on cooldown when we come of age, or rather when we take over. Okay, that war just immediately vacated. The restore accolades must come on cooldown on succession. Which is, I guess that makes some sense because that can cause issues with that sort of thing. But whatever, sure. So here's that liberty demand. They're actually going to do it and will not be threatened. So we're going to raise up our forces. Yeah, this is fine. I'm not concerned about this. We're going to raise up our forces here. We'll raise men-at-arms. We'll raise some levy troops. We only need like 100k. Okay, 200k. And we don't actually need that amount, though. So this will be fine for now. I'm going to group these together, and we're just going to go fight this force over here. We're going to raise a few extra in the background here, and we do need a new chancellor. We'll put in this guy, a new steward, this guy. Cool. So this should stack wipe, I think. They have reasonable quality, though. Maybe it won't quite stack wipe. But we'll move these guys on over, and we'll start up a slow siege here. This should be sufficient troops. Okay, this is a Liberty War, so the war goal is going to be our capital? Yes, that is indeed the war goal. I'm watching this force coming up over here. That's fascinating. Cool. So at this point, let's group these forces together for right now. I'm just watching their forces for the time being, but I do think that we should probably split off a siege force here. We'll get our bombards split off, and we'll go to about 20k. And if we go up this way, we actually don't take all that much attrition. So I think for the time being, that's fine. I want to siege over towards Damietta. This siege is now over. We do need a siege commander here. This guy will do. Fascinating. They're walking in here. We don't catch any of their forces over this way just now. So we'll start up a slow siege here, and we'll get our fast siege going in Sinai. We did just discover promissory notes. Okay. What is going to be exposed next? Also noblesse oblige. Okay, that's awkward. So we're going to take over this siege, and I want these guys to come fight this force over here. They're making some, in my opinion, bad moves. They should not come over here and fight us here. They're actually embarking. I don't know if we can catch that force. I would like to catch them there. But we're a ways away still. Yeah, I think they successfully, at least partially, okay, they fully embark. They're actually landing down over here. This is actually still a bad choice. They should not come down over here. This is a bad place for them to be. We lost the trait Charming. Okay. Well, yeah, that's to be expected. We just came of age. We're Midas touched. That is fantastic. And I do want to marry a stewardship spouse. So this one will do. And for now, that's absolutely fine. We do need a lifestyle focus. We're going to go wealth focus here because we have a lot of structures to build, right? And we're not planning on doing too much actual combat other than these sort of rebellions. We want to increase our stability right now. Okay, so we're going to send our regards there. Cool. That stack wiped. That's magnificent. This is pretty over, I think. We're going to go hit their capital. That's a stack wipe. And they're still piling into us. We're the defender in the mountains here. They're heading over to our capital. This is a bad idea. They should not do this. Now, that didn't stack wipe, but the war is actually over because we captured him again. Wow, that was really lucky that we captured both of them. This one was a little later in the war, no doubt about that. A year in, but that's great. I'm really pleased about that one. So, yeah, that went really well, all things considered. Incredibly, incredibly well. We got a little lucky. It would have been messier, for sure, without those captures. No doubt about that one. But even so, I still think we would have been okay. We need to continue to get these upgrades going. We're now making almost 600 gold a month, which is great, and things are just going to get better for us. I want to revoke this castle here, because we can do that. And I also want to tell our new wife that you are managing domain. And that allows us to revoke another castle, which will be this one. And that one will make us some real cash. 12 gold per month. Yeah, I like it. Beautiful. This is a vassal. We don't accept that. You are a vassal? No, get out of here. You're a vassal? No, get out of here. And you're a vassal? No. Cool. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to build some upgrades and work on stability here. We need to entrench our position. That's what we need more than anything. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, and Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.